What's up, YouTube? We're doing a little Skype in with Rory and Clint here. So, what's up? You go first, Rory. We're just kind of getting this all set up here.
Okay, so our neighbors over in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, having total bedlam in their streets, rioting, and I was just talking to Clint earlier here about how the mainstream media. I'm looking through the Google News feed. I haven't watched the news or anything on this. Just look through that, looking for something about it, and all I could find was nothing about riots, just protests and unrest. That was all they had to say.
Yeah, so I definitely noticed something about that today. On the Review the Earth website, on the second link down, I've got it now, where you can view all those mainstream links and everything. And on the mainstream links, you could see almost no coverage of it. You know, only a couple of the links had something to do with it. It was very quiet. Whereas you could go. I went to Fox News's main page, and I went to CNN, and I went to another one. I don't know if it wasn't Reuters. Well, I went to CNN and Fox News just to see what their pages look like. And one of them had a story about it off to the CNN had the story off to the side, and then Fox had like if you scrolled down a little bit, it was like down and to the left. But it wasn't like when you went to Drudge Report, as you can see on the Wiener Part 3 video that I did. On that you can see where I show Drudge for a minute, and you can see that it shows the race riots, and that's what they were. I didn't really even think about it, but I called them that in my other video. Nobody was really using the term, but I had basically seen the footage and believed that's what I was saying. So, but yeah, it was I wouldn't say it was like covered up, but it wasn't thoroughly covered, I would say. Is that what your point was?
Yeah. It kind of brings light on a broader issue of trust in the media, which is at an all-time low.
For sure.
And you have, with some digging, I was able to find some very disturbing reports about white people being targeted.
Oh yeah, I saw like hardcore video of it, like yelling and screaming, and yeah, it was pretty crazy.
Yeah, I've seen no videos on it yet, but I've seen the Stefan Maloney put something out.
Yes, which was very powerful. That was like crazy powerful. I ended up watching the whole thing because it was so good. I posted it on the webpage too.
Yeah, I see that.
Mm-hmm. It was a good one. Very heartfelt, meaningful. And then what was really cool was I just watched the video for Sheriff David Clark and his response, because he was one of the big RNC speakers. He was the sheriff of Milwaukee. And he was on there saying some really awesome stuff that if you go and watch the Stefan Molyneux video and then you go watch David Clark, boom, boom, it's like back-to-back the same exact message. It was really cool, like, to see that come out of it, and to see that it settled down and whatnot too. But yeah, that was the Stefan Molyneux was just point for point what's going on as far as how I perceive things. I'm assuming the same way with you. You were the one guy who turned me on to his point of view, which I dig a lot.
Yeah, I've always been pretty impressed with his what he has to offer.
Mm-hmm. For sure. The other thing was, like, we were talking, Drudge had that stuff splashed on there. It's been on there all day. It's probably still on there right now. But they didn't shy away from coverage. Is that what you were saying? Like, just, it's not that they're misreporting. It's just not that they're bringing it into light. In this particular event, doesn't fit the left Democratic narrative, because as the facts have trickled out now, I don't even like talking about this, but it was a black cop that shot a black individual, and it looked like there was all the signs for use of force, but all that will come out. There was a body cam that was used, So this doesn't, it doesn't sound like from initially that it fits the narrative of the left saying that it would be acceptable to riot or something to that. The left, they don't say it's acceptable to riot, but they coddle or give, what words am I?
Actions that need to be condemned.
Yes, exactly. They don't go out and condemn it, correct. They're milquetoast about their condemnation of it, we'll say. Where everybody knows it's bad to riot, but they don't. They feed
to it as rioting.
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean,
right. That's the point. You're right. They don't even use the word riot. That was not used on Fox News. It was like unrest or something was used. It was a race riot. That's what it was. If you watch the videos, like I saw the videos, it's crazy. I mean, like what you go watch the videos, like it was at the InfoWars. Which was what Drudge linked to. It was like the second one down. Like the first thing you clicked on, Drudge, was the story. The second one down was that took you to InfoWars, but there was like ground camera footage of what was going on and what was happening, and it was pretty disgusting. I mean, you'd see him like, oh, is he white? Oh, get him! Try to pull him out of cars and stuff like that. So it was really creepy to see some of that stuff. So the videos are available through the link that I posted on the reviewtothearth.com website, somewhere in the last 10 feed updates. But
I just find it so shocking that you have people being drug out of their cars based on their race and beaten, and this is not talked about nowhere near as much as something that, some faux pas that Trump may have said. Right. Get hashed over and over and over.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple things I'll say on the whole ISIS, the Hillary and Obama founding ISIS. He said it twice on Thursday, I think it was, and then Friday morning when I woke up. So on Thursday night, it was like the news was like, Trump doubles down on what he says about the Hillary and Obama founding ISIS. Like, he said it twice. And then the next day, it's like, Trump walks those comments back. And I was like, no, he should not walk that back. He should go up there with a freaking, a big screen, a lecturing screen, and a projection unit, and go with the pointer and just go up there and go, here's why I said that. Okay, part of it's sarcasm, because, yes, their incompetence has led to a lot of this, but then there's also this other side of it where they're actually funding them and stuff, and we need to talk about that problem, and here's the evidence, America, point A, point B, point C, you know what I mean? That's what I feel like should have happened, but instead he walked them back, so that was kind of a little bit funny for me on that angle. But, the thing about the Second Amendment, that pissed a lot of people off, but it really didn't. I mean, he wasn't, inciting violence. He's just saying what everybody else is saying. Like, if you come to take the guns, you're going to have a problem, If you're going to be Hillary and try to stuff the Supreme Court with a bunch of anti-gun people, then, the gun lobby could try to stop you. The voting could try to stop. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things that could be done to stop her. Yeah. It's the support of the Second Amendment people, not necessarily action, physical violence action. That's not what he was getting at, but that's how they took it.
But might stand up and using your guns it's a last resort, and that's why you have them.
Yeah,
and there's a whole lot of steps to be taken before that.
Yeah,
and when he said that, so actually, I was leaving your place, and Judge Andrew Napolitano was on, and he was talking about what was he inciting violence, and what are the implications of this, and there was no clear actual incitement of violence, and he went into the legal definitions of what it takes to actually be prosecuted for inciting violence, like the requirements of it. But what I thought was really something else that I saw later on was Joe Biden actually talking about he was trying to score points with the Second Amendment crew when he was running for president. He was talking about Obama, I believe, when he was running against in the primaries.
I'm pretty good with that. Pretty good with that over under or whatever he said.
Yeah, some things talking about his Beretta and talking about how he's good with it and how he's not going to give it up. And I don't disagree with him.
Me neither.
But at the same time, it's like that was never reported on like this.
Yeah.
Of course, you're talking about that's within the left side there, so they get a lot more leeway in the mainstream media.
They get all the leeway. It's their whole deal. So yeah, Biden is shown time and time again he's a tool and doesn't know what he's talking about guns, especially with the the just go buy a shotgun. Just go buy a shotgun. Oh, please just go buy a shotgun. Like like saying that with the. You ever seen that clip where he's like telling women, just go buy a double barrel shotgun, and if you hear trouble, go stand on your porch and blow off both rounds, and you'll scare everybody away. You ever heard him say that before? It's like the dumbest thing ever. Oh my God, look that up when you get off here. Just put in Biden AR-15. He's like, you don't need an AR-15. Nobody needs that. He's like, a woman can't even use an AR-15 compared to a shotgun and all this. It's like, what? You're weird, man. He doesn't say they can't use one, but he's like, they're more complicated. There's more to them, and he's just being ignorant about guns. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yes, so Trump comes out and says something. And then they show Biden, and he says something just as bad, if not worse, quite frankly. But it's not bad. I don't disagree with what Biden said either. Like we were saying, it's just the media just spins it out of control. But it is, just calling their biased when Biden says it and no one cares. You know what I mean? And Biden's whole thing was, don't listen to these gun people. You know what I mean? Like, just going on and on and on about it. He's a goofball. They're goofy. They're silly people.
That kind of brings me to one of the topics I wanted to talk with you about.
Go for it.
Anarcho-capitalism. I never really brought that up specifically.
Okay, yeah, like Lou Rockwell.
I don't know Lou Rockwell.
Okay, he's cool. You should check him out on the topic. He's the only one I could really tell you definitively that I know that's an anarcho-capitalist. Him and Adam Kokesh, I guess.
Okay, Adam Kokesh, I'm a fan of his work.
Yeah, he's cool. And I voted for Gary Johnson in 2012, so I'm going to continue to watch the candidacy unfold. I'm definitely never Hillary, no Hillary, Hillary for prison, all that stuff. She's a horrible candidate. The Democrats were robbed of their vote completely.
It's absolutely disgraceful. And now, where's the status of that guy that served the DNC and ended up getting murdered? Or died of suspicious causes, and whatever happened with that?
Well, there's him, the process server, and then there's the DNC staffer that was fingered in the leak by Assange. Then there was John Ash, who's a UN something or other that died with a barbell to the throat. Then there's two more people.
He was set to testify against Clinton.
That's what was being said. Now, I've heard another person say that wasn't the case, but I don't know. But the DNC staffer one, they could have been trying to stop him from leaking it, maybe, but he already did, would have been the case. Either way, they killed him. Somebody killed him, I don't know. Very suspicious. Very suspicious, though. Very suspicious. Creepy suspicious.
Cool.
Cool. Well, yeah. I'll get back with you. Look on the channel in just a little while. I'll clip together some clips here and throw it on there so you can kind of see the presentation.
Looks good, man.
All right. Well, see you. Good night, YouTube. Good night, Rory. Good night, Earth. See ya.
Yeah.
Huma, yes, Huma. I didn't mean to bring you down, but you're never gonna take my Twitter account from me. I carry on, and the mongoose lives forever. Anyway, the wiener blood.